The Foundation of Creating Wealth. Episode 5. Living in Abundance. We often talk about wealth as if it starts with money, but that's a misunderstanding. Money is not the beginning of wealth. It is the result of it. The real foundation of wealth is not found in your bank account, your job, your business, or your investments. It begins somewhere much deeper, in the way you think, the way you see the world, and the way you see yourself within it. If your foundation is weak, no amount of money will ever feel stable. But if your foundation is strong, wealth becomes a natural outcome of who you are. Not something you chase, but something you attract and build. Let's start with this truth. Wealth is not luck. Wealth is not random. Wealth is not reserved for a select few. Wealth is created through alignment between thought, belief, action, and purpose. Most people live in reaction mode. They react to bills. They react to stress. They react to circumstances. And because they're always reacting, they never build anything lasting. But wealth is not built through reaction. It is built through intention. The foundation of wealth begins when you stop asking, "What can I get?" and start asking, "What can I become?" Because what you become determines what you attract. If you see yourself as someone who is always behind, always struggling, always catching up, that identity becomes your reality. Not because the world is cruel, but because the mind organizes life around what it believes. But when you decide consciously that you're a builder, a thinker, a creator, a strategist, everything starts to shift. Your decisions change. Your standards change. Your patience changes. Your vision expands. And vision is critical. Most people don't fail because they lack effort. They fail because they lack clarity. Wealth requires a long-term lens. You cannot build something permanent with short-term thinking. You cannot create abundance while constantly focused on survival. This is why the foundation matters. If your foundation is fear, you will always choose safety over growth. If your foundation is scarcity, you will always protect instead of expand. If your foundation is doubt, you will always hesitate. But if your foundation is belief, discipline, and vision, then your actions become consistent, even when results are slow. And slow progress is still progress. Another key part of the foundation of wealth is responsibility. Not blame, responsibility. Responsibility means recognizing that you are the source of your results. That doesn't mean life is fair. It means you are powerful. When you stop waiting for permission, when you stop needing approval, when you stop hoping someone will save you, you begin to build. And builders do not wait for perfect conditions. They create conditions. Wealth also requires value creation. Money is simply a measure of how much value you provide to the world. The more problems you solve, the more useful you become, the more opportunities appear. Wealth is not taken. It is earned through contribution. And contribution begins with asking, what can I improve? What can I learn? What can I master? Mastery compounds. Skill compounds. Character compounds. Shortcuts collapse. Finally, the true foundation of wealth is identity. Not what you say you want, but who you believe you are. If you believe wealth is for other people, it will always stay with other people. If you believe success comes with guilt, it will always feel heavy. If you believe money changes people for the worse, you will subconsciously avoid it. But when you see wealth as a tool for growth, impact, freedom, and stability, your relationship with it becomes healthy. And when your relationship with wealth becomes healthy, wealth becomes sustainable. So remember, wealth is not a moment. It is a process. It is not a win. It is a way of living. It is built from the inside out. And the stronger your foundation, the higher you can build. To help this sink in, reread or replay this episode once or twice to absorb the principles fully and make them part of your thinking. And don't forget, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and follow.